Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I'm your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aquarius in April 2019. What's going on, Aquarius? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Aquarius, apologies. You guys had to wait a little bit longer than the other signs, you and Pisces. This past weekend, I got the stomach flu, and it just was not a functional stomach flu, so I was like on heavy bed rest, and I had a high fever, achy muscles, and the other stuff that comes along with a stomach flu. So it's Monday now, Monday the 8th, I believe, right? Yeah, Monday the 8th. So I apologize for how semi-late this is coming out, but you know, life happens. You know, you eat some shellfish, and then you end up with stomach flu. So those are the risks that we take, right? Anyway, Aquarius, we made it to April. Happy, no longer Mercury retrograde. I don't know about you, but it was kind of a heavy hitter for me this time around. So, whoop-de-doo, I'm glad it's over. And hopefully you didn't fare too badly in the retrograde back in March. Let's see, anything else? No, let's just get into it, okay? That's your main spread there. What I'm going to do now is shuffle for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. Timestamp is in the description box below if you want to skip ahead. I totally don't blame you. It's a free country. Free world for the most part. Also down there is the information that you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. An announcement on that. If you have been thinking about it, but kind of dragging your feet or kind of not sure about getting a personal with me, I would suggest you do it sooner rather than later, because come June, I'm going to raise the price on the reading that's down there. I'm also going to introduce probably at least 2 different types of readings in conjunction with what I already offer at different price points. And so basically, if you don't want to pay more for what I already offer, which is pretty decent, $25 for at least a 40-minute reading. I mean, I think the quickest I've done is 35 minutes, but they're usually about 40, 45 minutes, maybe even 50 for 25 bucks. That's pretty cheap. So if you want to, you know, sort of grab that while it's while you can before the price goes up, I would highly recommend it, because who wants to pay more for something? Nobody ever says, hey, let me pay more for that. I mean, I guess at an auction, but that's usually, you know, it's not the same as this. I finally thought of something. I was like, what is the thing that people would pay more for? I'm like, oh, auctions, I guess, but usually that's for charity, or it's like some, you know, highly coveted item. This is a tarot reading. It's not an auction, okay? Anyway, let's get your outcome, okay? Outcome for Aquarius in April 2019. Outcome for Aquarius in April 2019, please. Whoa. That didn't feel great. Okay. And that just kind of floated down out of the deck. Bottom of the deck is your overall. And it's in this sort of 50-50 sideways kind of position. So let's see what we're going. How's this going? Which way for Aquarius, please? Wow, okay. Thank you. All right. Let's flip them all and let's see what's going on, okay? Hey. He's back! You know, I'm just going to say it before I even start the reading. Just to show you that, you know, thematically, I guess things kind of go along the ether for the collective. This guy, I haven't done readings in about a week, or less than a week, maybe like 6 days, 5 days, something like that. In that time away, he's still here, Mr. 8 of Cups. Ridiculous. Oh, and your outcome. Let me go ahead and flip that over. Oh no, Aquarius. Anyway, he's been here, so I can't wait to see what he has to say for you. Now, please show me Aquarius in April 2019. Where is Aquarius in April 2019? Please show me Aquarius in April 2019, please. Okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Between these two, but basically here. And I apologize if in the quiet moments you hear my tummy. I'm still recovering from stomach flu, so I apologize ahead of time. But I did want to get you and Pisces done today because, it's not fair to keep you waiting. So, anyway, Aquarius, you come into April 2019 with the Three of Wands in reverse. So I'll show you this card upright so you can become used to it. Ah, boy. So Three of Wands, when we see it in the upright, we're talking about, plans moving forward, kind of looking out over the vista in front of us and really seeing the possibilities in life, seeing all your plans sort of begin to take shape and, finding points of inspiration and then like going after them or following through with, the groundwork that you've set up for yourself with the Two of Wands. That's like the general traditional understanding of this card. Here, I'm feeling this is like a spiritual thing for you. And being that it's in the reverse, Aquarius, unfortunately, I feel that you're kind of stuck. Like you're kind of in a standstill or like a holding pattern right now. I think that many of you have been working on your inner peace. You've been working a lot with trying to sort of get yourself back to center, understand who you are, who you want to be, what you want to be, and how you can go about manifesting those things, or how you can go about moving down that trajectory, that pathway that you're setting for yourself. But because it's in this reverse position, I feel that you're stagnated for some reason. You are not moving, or the things that you're hoping to fall into place haven't fallen into place. And so I feel there's like this, well, it's not taking shape. Should I just scrap this idea? Should I just forget about this thing that I'm hoping for or that I've been working towards and just move on to the next thing? And then other times you're just like, well, I really want this thing. I've been really focused on it. I put a lot of time and energy into it. I have to stay true and I have to stay focused. So I think you go back and forth right now, Aquarius, with, do I stick to the plan or do I ditch the plan? Do I stick to what I originally set as a goal for myself, or do I, reconstruct this entire thing and start over from scratch? I feel that this should be, it might sound weird for me to say that, I feel that this should be more troublesome or troubling for you to hear, but I think you've come to this realization recently, Aquarius. And being that you're an air sign, being that you're kind of level-headed and objective, I think that those aha moments don't usually doesn't usually knock you off your pedestal or knock you off your game too much. Like, distressing news to an Aquarius is not distressing. It's more of a challenge, or more, as I said, an aha moment or an affirmation of something. So if something doesn't go well, you're usually like, aha, I had a feeling it wasn't going to go that way. Okay. And then you move on to the next thing. Like, you have that airy tendency to be able to detach a lot quicker than, say, your fellow fixed signs of Leo, Taurus, or Scorpio. I think Aquarius, you would probably be the quickest to recuperate in terms of being sort of sidetracked in some type of way. But going back to what I was saying, where I felt like this is a spiritual thing, like that can resonate in different areas of your life. You could have been or still are working spiritually towards something great or something new or something more fulfilling, or in case of the threes, we want to talk about partnership or collaboration and sort of, again, it's a building block, but after you've set a plan. So it's like that, those first initial steps after you've solidified a plan, right? And that can manifest in your work life, your home life, your love life, whatever. But the wands I'm feeling, this particular Three of Wands for you, Aquarius, I feel like this is some internal thing that you're working on. This is something that you've been really trying to master. I feel like there's an intention to master something here, or to become the master of your own domain, to become the master of your own body, the master of your own mind, your own heart, your own whatever. I mean, it could even go down to something like your diet, like you're trying to tame or trying to reorganize how you nourish your body, something like that. And you've worked really hard on it. But I'm not feeling that you're like daunted by this. As much as this is like a setback or a pause, it might not even be a setback. It might just be a pause. You're holding, some of you are, I think the reason it's not super upsetting is because some of you are holding on to the original format or the original plan. And you're just thinking, okay, it's just not the time. I can't devote as much time to this or as much effort to this as I wanted to originally. So therefore I got to put it on the back burner. Or if you're trying to work on partnerships with people, if you're trying to make connections with people, they're not available. Their schedule is busy or full. So we just can't, see eye to eye, or we can't align ourselves schedule wise right now. So back burner. So that's what this feels. It's like for those who are clinging, and I hate to use that word because it might have a negative connotation, but that's what I feel. Because I feel that you, Aquarius, you're very sure in this plan. This is for the first group. Those that are clinging, quote unquote, to that original plan. It's because you have faith in the plan. It's because you just, something in you says, this is the way. I know this is the way. It cannot be plan B or C. It is plan A only. And you're taking no prisoners with it, basically. And the reason you cling to it is because you feel faithfully Wands energy relating to spirituality or sort of that gumption or that energy from your gut. You have faith it will work out. You have faith that you're making the right decision. You have faith that the person you want to collaborate with is the right person, business-wise, romantic-wise, whatever. So you cling to it. The second group, you cling to wanting to see things happen, to see things manifest, to see things change, but now you're going to plan B, plan C. So you're a little bit more, you're not clinging to the plan, you are clinging to wanting things to improve, wanting things to shift, wanting things to, just come out with a result, some gainful result, group 2. So it's not really the plan that you're clinging to, it's the result that you're clinging to. And I don't want to use the word clinging, but I hope you can ride with me on that, because I feel like clinging to some people has like a really negative connotation. Now, and again, I think in either group, whatever isn't working or why it's not working, you understand it. So again, group 1, holding on to that first original plan. The timing is off. Scheduling is off. The efforts or the resources that are needed to get something off the ground aren't coming through just yet. So it's this waiting game. It's this pause or stagnation. In group 2, it's not about timing. It's about the elements that are involved. So maybe in partnership in business, you did have someone that you wanted to work with, but they turned out to be a flake, or you turned out to be, in their eyes, not the right person, so they rejected you. So now you have to go and find another partner to work with in a creative project, let's say. So in either case, there's a but there's this acceptance of the pause, because either the timing is not right or the players and the elements involved are not right. And, I don't see it here, but I'm going to use the cliche of, divine timing here, because I just feel it. It's not here on the board, but I do feel for you, Aquarius, that divine timing to some of you, especially since we're talking about 3 of Wands, and again, Wands relate to spirituality. Some of you have that understanding already. You follow the esoteric, you follow tarot, you yourself are an empathic person or a psychic or something like that, and you just believe in divine timing. So that's where I'm getting like this, even though it feels like a little bit of a stagnation, even though it feels like you're getting rejected or you're getting a not just yet, you realize the timing is just not right here. Okay? Interesting. Is this like a... Is that like a... I don't know yet. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so... Here, yeah? here? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So next we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. I'll show you this cup upright. I'll show you this cup. Is that what I said? I'll show you this card upright. So you can become used to it. Seven of Cups. It talks about normally, traditional understanding is the overwhelming amount of choice, the burden of choice, or the illusion of choice. Something about choices being all too much. And there's a little bit of that here. As much as I kind of, no offense, hyped you up here in that Three of Wands, you're a human, you have an ego, right? You have everyday life that, gets in your way. You have self-doubt. You have all those little bits of your human psychology that come into play. And so I think for some of you, if not all of you, this is at play. There are moments in the day, there are moments throughout your planning process, trying to connect with other people, trying to get things off the ground, trying to stick to your plan, trying to implement your plan, that you get like this Seven of Cups. And what I'm feeling is like there's a detraction. I don't like that word. I want a different word. Deject? Okay, that those words are not going to work. Anyway, we'll go with disappointment because I think that's what they want to say. But I'm like, detraction and dejection are not exactly right. But I feel that there's a disappointment or you're unsure, most of you, if not all of you, at some point, again, throughout the day, even if it's like for 10 seconds, you sit down or you're drinking your coffee, you're on a potty break, folding laundry, whatever, it just pops into your head. Am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right choice? Did I make the right choice? Little bit of regret for some of you, not all of you. The regret part, some of you, not all of you. But there is this second guessing. There is this, am I sure? Can I trust the process? Was I right to reject that offer, reject that deal? Was I right to reject that person? Should I have accepted? A lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas go through your mind. Yeah? Even if it's just for a second. And how long is a second in the grand scheme of 24 hours, of which you're not awake all those 24 hours, you're probably asleep 8. So out of your 16 waking hours, if you spend 1 second to an entire minute feeling like this, it's really small, right? So just because this is showing up, I think it's to show the dynamics of your condition, which is being a human, and that you just will not always be, even though this is in reverse. And that's the thing, there is a challenge in this being reversed, and there's a challenge in this being reversed, and there's going to be a challenge in that being reversed too, right? I feel, Aquarius, going back for a second to that Three of Wands, where some of you are trusting in a greater source, a greater power, a greater whatever than yourself, knowledge, belief, faith, whatever you want to call it. I'm feeling that even though this is challenging energy, that Three of Wands, this Seven of Cups in reverse, you are not letting it get you down. There's also with this card, this idea, because remember I was just saying how some of you might be going over in your head, did I make the right choice? How can I be sure? Blah, blah, blah. A lot of you, not a lot of you, but some of you, again, are not aware that you have a choice, a different choice. So that would be probably for group number 2 that we were talking about here in the Three of Wands, where the result is what you know what the result, you know what your result is that you're seeking, but you don't know which route to get there. So if that's like a partnership, business, romance, otherwise, or if it's a personal goal, like to own a business, something like that, you might think, oh, to own a business, I need to get a small loan from a bank, or I need to get a loan from a bank. And to do that, I need to have a business portfolio, blah, 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 right? You're not aware of micro lenders, or not micro lenders. Those are horrible. Not micro lenders. I'm sorry. I can't think of what they're called, but and I'm just going to say this, I'm not, you know, sponsored by or affiliated with them, but there's a business called Upstart, which loans people money based on what they need. So things like that. So you might be thinking the only way to start a business in this day and age, which is not true, is to go through traditional big banks. Right? Not true. There are many different ways to start a business. You could even start like a GoFundMe. Or you could start a business and you're thinking, well, do I need a physical location for the type of business that I want to start? No, a lot of times you don't need a physical location anymore in this day and age to run a business. You just need you need one place in your house dedicated to that business, and boom, you're done. You know what I mean? So you are under the illusion that you have minimal choices or like 1 or 2 choices, when really, nah, you got like 4 or 5 if you really did your research and if you really looked into the situation, etc., etc. Okay, so that's twofold there. Now, I feel that I think that's in tandem. And I feel that this is some other shit out here. So this is you, for sure. These two. This, like, is this Aquarius? You might share this with someone. I feel that this is someone else. Are you like... I don't think it's you. I feel, Aquarius, you're pretty resilient. But there's something else here, someone else, who's not. 8 of Cups. This guy, as I told you in the beginning, he's been popping up all April long for at least 4 or 5 other signs. So 8 of Cups. Traditional tarot talks about, or traditional Rider-Waite deck talks about, you know, going after your 9th and 10th cup, really seeking to kind of placate or not rectify, but remedy your emotional dissatisfaction. Yeah, and that's here too. Whoever this is, I'm not fully sure on who this could be just yet, but whoever this is, they want that too. But this person, as I've said all April long, is not so active in this illustration when you compare it to the Rider-Waite deck, which shows someone actually walking away on a journey. This person is just seated. Here I go saying that again. Seated on this stump here after, you know, being shipwrecked. So whoever this is, Aquarius, in your life, they have emotionally been shipwrecked. Why am I saying that? Shipwrecked. Emotionally. Maybe they feel abandoned. Maybe they feel alone or lonely. Maybe they feel overwhelmed or underwhelmed in some cases, okay? But they're emotionally distraught, let's say. Shipwrecked, distraught. Adrift. And I know that I feel it. This person wants the 9 and the 10. They want the 9 and the 10. Who the hell doesn't want the 9 or the 10 of Cups? You'd have to, if you know anything about tarot, if you say, oh, I don't want the 9 of Cups or the 10 of Cups, you're playing yourself. So whoever this is, I don't think it's you. I was going to say it could be you. I mean, to be fair, it is a general reading. It could be you, but I feel this is someone external to you, but somehow is tied to the decisions you've made or the decisions you're trying to make, the decisions that you're trying to get traction with and see come into fruition. This person is somehow attached to that. Family, friend, lover, I don't know. And it's not to do with you, I gotta say that. Their dissatisfaction or whatever they're going through, this emotional shipwrecked state that they're in, doesn't have much to do with you. You're not the focus of it. But I think whatever you're doing in these two positions, Aquarius, adds to or is a factor in this. Not the primary factor. It's not the focus of this energy. It's not the focus of their feeling distraught, but it is in there. Now, passively, this person is looking for the 9 and the 10. They're opening themselves up to trying to find the 9 and the 10 of cups to try and heal their emotional dissatisfaction or to remedy that situation. But for the most part, I think that they're in like this doldrums, depressive, like they're reflecting back on something. What that is, I don't know. I'm kind of like not able to really hone in on it because I would, traditionally, and just as you can see in the card, what they've lost. You could say that, sure, but I'm not even sure if that's it. Maybe they believe they've lost something. Maybe it's a perception because it is attached to that 7 of Cups. And I did say something back here about thinking you have something or thinking you don't have something when in reality it's the opposite. So that might be true for them too. They might think they've lost something, an opportunity, possession, something emotional, some type of connection, a relationship, family, friends, romantic, otherwise, it doesn't matter. And they're kind of, they're sitting in that. But they're, again, I feel they are passively, perhaps slowly coming out of this and looking for the 9 and the 10. If this is like a partnership thing, business, family, love, whatever, maybe they rejected you or you rejected them, either way. And they're like, but I wanted to work with, I wanted to be in partnership with, I wanted to have, a date with, whatever, Aquarius. And maybe now they're kicking themselves. Shit, I shouldn't have done that. Or shit, Aquarius, iced me out. Damn, how can I recuperate from that? And so they feel there's a chance lost. Maybe. For whoever did it, doesn't matter. But this person maybe is feeling that door is completely closed. Between you and them, you will know if that's true or not. I don't know. I'm not really sensing yes or no to any of that. But that could be a factor in terms of this could be a potential partner for you, Aquarius. And yeah, like the reflection is, I had a shot to make things work with Aquarius. We had a chance to really start something amazing between the two of us. But the possibility slipped through my fingers. The opportunity just was thrown out of the window or blocked in some type of way. Now, this person and you, right? Is it here or there? Oh, not there? Your reading is like, it's giving me a lot of seesaw. I can go here, I could go there. It really doesn't matter. It's kind of what they're filling my head with. It's like, oh, you can go there or there. It doesn't really matter. You can choose what you want. And it's like, come on. You're my guides. Work with me. Here? No. Maybe. Oh. Okay. Thank you. I was just like, oh my gosh, Aquarius, what's going on with you guys? Are you guys having that little seesaw action in your heads? Now, King of Wands next to Mr. 8 of Cups. So, 8 of Cups person could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Male or female doesn't really matter, but that's just too blanket statement, blah, blah, blah. It's a general reading. It could be another Aquarius, and who knows. But this person, if it is Mr. 8 of Cups, I don't know that it is. I don't know that this is Mr. 8 of Cups. I think this is somebody else. Who's this? Who's this? Someone who looks over you, Aquarius, or looks over the situation. Someone who's around, but they're not involved. An onlooker, a secondary party, something like that, or a tertiary party, for God's sakes. And then I have to go back and immediately say what I didn't say, or contradict what I just said. As much as I feel that it's in most cases not Eight of Cups person, for the sake of the argument, it could be. You'll have to fill this in. But this person, I'm feeling for you, Aquarius, King of Wands. Again, it doesn't have to be male and it doesn't have to be a fire sign. But the energy of this person is very controlling. Like iron fist, like grip, iron grip. A little, can be a hothead or at least argumentative. Not necessarily, shouting and screaming, but just like volatile. Easy to agitate others. The agitation is just like, it crackles, it sizzles, yeah? They have a lot of creative energy, not creative like artistic, but creative energy as they make shit happen. Like that. They sort of snap their fingers and it's done. Like the Midas touch almost, but not super Midas touch. But if they say they're going to do something, they do it. If they say they can get something, like acquire something, it's done. They'll have it. It's like that. They're able to, like, they might be crafty. They might be artsy or crafty, but it's like, how can I say it other than that? Whatever they say they can have, or whatever they say they want, they get it. They kind of make their own path. They kind of, speak into existence whatever they're after, okay? This person is very powerful. Energetically, spiritually, but there's a control here, and there's like a vice grip here on themselves and on other people or situations that they're involved in. So what I mean, they have a lot of self-control. This might be like a straight edge type person, or like a super duper vegan type person. Like somebody who, if they have a certain lifestyle, they don't just say that shit for kicks. They mean it. I don't drink. You know how sometimes you meet people in life, oh, I don't drink. Oh, okay, so what do you drink? Wine, beer? Like, you don't drink alcohol, you don't drink hard liquor. I don't drink anything. I don't put any non-water-based, well, not water-based, but I don't put any illicit anything into my body. Straight edge. Like, I for real do not pollute my body with anything. They could be like that. So they're very strong-willed, this person. I'm feeling it's mostly not the Eight of Cups. I feel that maybe it's someone attached to the Eight of Cups. So in the case of a business partnership, here we go. I'm like, give me a storyline here where maybe Eight of Cups wanted to partner with you in business or any other type of way. Partner with you, Aquarius. King of Wands is behind Mr. Eight of Cups, sitting on his little stump there, being woe is me about my life. Basically calling the shots. So maybe you're a younger person, early 20s, maybe even in your late teens or in your 30s, it doesn't matter. And you have this business idea. And you have the Eight of Cups person who's like, hey, I want to partner with you doing that business idea. Let me go to my father, my uncle, my grandmother, whoever, somebody in my family or someone that I'm close with, my best friend from college, who's an investor, whatever, who has their shit together, who has, great resources, blah, 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 and let me ask their assistance. And not for lack of a better word, but for lack of just being an independent person, the King of Wands shuts it down. Looks over your business proposal, looks over this person's character plus your character, Aquarius, and is just like, that's a bullshit deal, I'm out. And just says no. So their hopes and dreams, Eight of Cups, is kind of attached to what the King of Wands wants, or what the King of Wands approves. Dating situation, overbearing parent, over-involved best friend, nosy ass neighbor, I don't know, and just shuts it down. Whatever the King of Wands says, it goes. So if it's a yes, it's a damn yes. If it's a no, it's a hell no. You know what I mean? And they may or may not know that influence that they have over the Eight of Cups person, over this situation entirely. They may or may not be aware of that. But this person, to me, is a blockade to you. But from a peripheral standpoint, you don't even know necessarily, Aquarius. You might not recognize this person if you met them on the street. If you were like hoping for a 10 grand loan, or you were hoping that your friend could come through with the money and they just come back to you and say, oh man, I couldn't get the money. And you're just like, oh, okay. Like you thought this person had their own money. No, they were asking someone else for their money. And you would walk past this person on the street and you wouldn't know. You see what I mean? So like, and that makes sense. Thank you. Because on the board, you're cornered. Corners often speak to each other in my readings, yeah? So you're in this you're in this reverse Three of Wands position, and your corner is the King of Wands. So he's affecting why you're like that. This person, like, just nips in the bud whatever you're trying to do. Now, again, going back to what we said before, some of you are sticking with the plan. You feel the plan is right, it's just the timing is off. So maybe this person could be approached later and asked again, hey, do you think this is a good idea? Would you be on board with partnering with us? Blah, 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 blah. You could ask them that 2 weeks from now, 3 months from now, 2 years from now. I don't know. Yes. And that's the other thing about the King of Wands that I'm feeling is like, thank you, here we go. Where I was saying, I don't think you're involved. I said that with him. I said that with him. And I mean it. I don't think it's between you and these two people. I think it's between them. There's a discrepancy between these two people that has nothing to do with you. And for now, you're on pause because they have some shit to work out between them. Or there's a discrepancy that needs to iron itself out in some type of way. Okay? So you're just on this, waiting game. It's like, stand by. That's you. You're just in this holding pattern. Because I think you're adhered to the plan, you believe in the plan that you have, or the result is the same, you'll just change the players. So some of you are going to step off from this whole thing. You might be able to peep this. It's like, okay, you're Eight of Cups person, you are bending to the will of the King of Wands person. I don't roll with people who can't stand up for themselves or don't have their own resources. So no, I don't want to partner with you anymore. And you might find other people to partner with. You see what I mean? So in either case, Aquarius, you're good. There's some BS here with other people. Now, we talked a lot about money. Here we go. 10 of Pentacles. Coming right underneath the King of Wands. So this person, King of Wands, does have money. Or at least has some sense of security and stability in their life. This person is not, panhandling on the streets. I mean, they might be. A lot of rich people do that. Or, well-to-do people. Or people with, at least where I come from. There have been plenty of people fake homeless out there with their signs. But anyway, but I feel that this King of Wands is secure. Financially secure, secure in their home life, secure in their body, like their physical body. Like I said, this person might be like hardcore, straight edge, vegan, whatever superhuman level you can get to with being healthful with your body. They've got it. Now, what else can we say about this? It's earned for the most part. Ooh, my stomach, I'm sorry. It's earned for the most part. So that could be why, in a business sense, this person is not going to just say yes because whoever this is in relation, their child, their cousin, their spouse, whoever the Eight of Cups is in relation to the King of Wands. Because the King of Wands has worked for and earned this 10 of Pentacles over time or through smart investments, smart business moves, whatever, they're not just going to up and just give their money away. They're just not going to say, oh yeah, sure, to any harebrained scheme that comes across, their table or anything like that. So there's caution here. There's caution here. There's a protection over this Ten of Pentacles energy, which makes sense. You know, I would be the same way. Look, if I suddenly came into a lot of money, or over time I built up and had enough money in my bank account where I could give people loans, or I could give people a leg up or a helping hand financially, I'm not just going to say yes every time someone comes and says, hey, could you help me out? No, that's not how you get rich, and that's not how you stay rich, right? So this person, even though their execution might not be the best, is within their right to say no, and to say, or to have discerning opinions of where their money goes and who it's going to be given to and under what circumstances, etc., etc. Yeah. Now, how that relates to Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups sees the Ten of Pentacles, the comfortability, the stability. Might feel guilty for some reason. Like, it's one of those things which I don't get, but I do get at the same time. It could be that the Eight of Cups was thinking the Ten of Pentacles would be a sure thing, which from their position seemed logical because they have some tie to it. They can touch it, right? Because of this positioning here on the board. But again, if that Ten of Pentacles financial situation, whatever it is, belongs to the King of Wands and not the Eight of Cups person, how the hell could you feel comfortable offering 1 cent, 1 dime of the Ten of Pentacles to someone else when it doesn't belong to you? So that's what I'm feeling is like for the Eight of Cups person, like they have their mind, or at some point they did. I don't think they do anymore. And maybe they do. Maybe they're trying to find new resources for the Ten of Cups, or excuse me, for the Ten of Pentacles. But it's this idea of it doesn't belong to you, so you can't offer what doesn't belong to you. You don't have access to it. Your name is not on the account. You know, you don't have a relationship with the bank, blah, 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 blah. You have no ownership to that energy. And that could be sort of a guilt or a regret, is like, oh, maybe that's what they're guilty about. Maybe they kind of filled you with false promises, Aquarius, like, oh, I can definitely source you that money, or I could definitely, like, if it's not money, it could be just like resources of another kind. So say you are wanting to shoot something on camera, right? And they're like, oh, I know the perfect place. I have the best location. I could get you in there, and you could shoot whatever you're trying to shoot, like a short film or like a documentary or whatever. I can get you clearance. They don't own that property. That's their aunt's freaking house or something like that. And they call their auntie and like, oh, auntie, can I come over? My friend wants to shoot. And she's like, hell no, you can't come into my house with cameras. I don't want that in here. And so they feel guilty that they offered something that they know didn't belong to them. They extended you an offer that they knew they couldn't really honor, or there was a chance that it would be, you know, that it would fall through. Okay? So that gets us here to the Sun card reversed. Not much to show you in the upright, but I will show it to you. Secondary card of Leo, so there might be a Leo of significance in your life, Aquarius, but it does not have to be. But the Sun card reversed. So oftentimes people will say the Sun card is the most positive card in the tarot deck. Even when it's in reverse, it's not all negative. And I'm going to agree with that. This is not all negative. I think there is a strain of hope. A lot with you, Aquarius. A lot of it's with you. You are hopeful. You are hopeful, hopeful, hopeful. This person a little bit. This person, they might come around and change their mind on some things. Maybe. But there is this idea of... I don't know if I used it for this particular card before. And I haven't even read this poem in forever. But the title of one of Langston Hughes' poems, A Dream Deferred, that's just what this feeling is, a dream deferred. We could have this, we, Aquarius, and Eight of Cups person, or us three together, Aquarius, Eight of Cups person, and King of Wands, whoever. We could all have this dream, a business, a relationship between 2 people or 3 people, whatever you're into. We could have, you could have... for yourself, Aquarius, a new lifestyle, maybe that's it. Like, remember I said in the beginning that some of you might be like changing your diet or trying to change something in your physical body, something like that. And then I said that this person could be like a crazy, like super disciplined vegan person. Like maybe like you wanted to have this person train you and they're like, no, but then their best friend was like, oh, come on, King of Wands, train my friend Aquarius. It could be something like that. All parties involved, we can change this energy if we all agree. If we all open up channels of communication, and if we all kind of get out of the doldrums and get off, you know, kind of get off our high horse a little bit there, Mr. King of Wands or Ms. King of Wands, whoever it is, and kind of, you know, lay all the cards out, so to speak. No pun intended with what we're doing here, right? I feel the biggest resistor here is the King of Wands, because I feel the King of Wands, again, unbeknownst to you, Aquarius, has a lot of power in this situation. Not power over you, but power over what you're trying to accomplish. So again, plan A for group 1 in the beginning. Plan A, you feel it's going to work. It's just a matter of timing. It's just a matter of, you know, the stars aligning and all that good stuff. Cool. Group 2, it's not the plan, but the result that you want. Cool. King of Wands still has influence in both groups. You know, if you in group 2, plan A is these people and he's not budging, group 2, you're gonna have an easier time than group 1, I feel. Group 2, you'll simply change the plan. You see that this guy's a roadblock, or you see that this person is inept and can't really get themselves out of this funk, and they can't really persuade the King of Wands. So you're just like, okay, well, I just need to move on and find a new way to get what I want, because I'm not into waiting around forever. I have hope and dreams of my own. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye. Right? Group 1, where you're holding on to plan A, which will involve these people, you still have hope that this person can kind of get themselves together. Maybe if they are reliant on the King of Wands money, maybe they'll bite the bullet and come in with you, and you're like, look, we don't need your dad or whoever with his private investment. Let's go to one of these companies, like I said, Upstart or something similar to that, and just try and get the money on our own. We're two 20-something-year-old, 30-something-year-old people with something to contribute to society, a little bit of money in the bank. Let's see what we can do by ourselves. So there's that aspect where you still want to forge ahead with the same people. Just the timing or the approach has to be changed. Okay? Now, your outcome. The star reversed. It's you. So more healing is involved. This is major arcana card for Aquarius, but you know, in that reverse position, as soon as I pick this up, listen, if you don't want to wait anymore, don't wait. But if you're going to wait, it will require more healing on someone's part. Yours a little bit, because you are in a reverse position as well. 8 of Cups for sure, because they're in the damn 8 of Cups, and like I said, I think they're passively looking to get out of it, but they're not actively looking. Not enough. So some people involved here, you and other people, need to like heal some shit. Find some balance. Maybe take a dip in a nice body of water. Do some cleansing. Do some manifesting or meditations. And really, like, and again, whatever you're healing, Aquarius, I think you already know, and I think you've been doing it. I'm like feeling, for lack of a better word, I'm feeling blocked by, like, I can't, whatever you need to heal, you're aware of it. And if you're not aware, you will soon become aware and you'll work on it. Aquarius, I think you're pretty steadfast. I think you're pretty clear-minded when it comes to, you know where your hiccups are. You know where your room for improvement is, and you just will tackle it as on your own timetable, right? There's another part here in this reading. Must be 8 of Cups, could be King of Wands as well, that they need to do some healing. But I feel blocked and or resistance from that. So again, plan A, people, group 1 holding on to plan A, you're going to be sitting there for a minute. Group 2, willing to change the players, you're going to get up out of this quicker. I think both groups are correct. You will do what you want to do. It's your reading, it's your life. But ultimately, it's just the timing of it is not now. The healing is not complete. And some people are not aware that they need to work on themselves, that they need to go and figure out what the root to the issue is, and work to mend fences, or work to mend, old wounds. You know what I mean? Someone is just like not here for it. Not that they're not here for it. I think they're ignorant to it. They don't know that it's a problem. Someone doesn't know that it's a problem, or that it's something that should be addressed, or it's something that is, causing stagnation, okay? Your overall for the month is the Eight of Pentacles. So, more money, yeah? I mean, pentacles are more than money, of course, it's resources, it's things that you value in your life. So not just your money or your possessions, but your time, your effort, things like that. But the Eight of Pentacles, I feel, for you, Aquarius, is... for lack of a better word, a distraction. And I shouldn't say lack of a better word, because it's not really it. I think it really is. This is a means to distract you. And this type of distraction is good. Aquarius, as a fixed sign, although you're an air sign as well, as a fixed sign, you do become a little attached to your goals. Like I said in the beginning, I think you would be a little bit easier to release those goals or alter your goals as compared to the other fixed signs because of that air quality. But ultimately, what you want is what you want, and you kind of want it now, okay? You'd be a little, like I said, you'd be a little easier to let it go than the other three. And so because you have this fixation on this goal, you have this vision of your future in your mind, but you're stagnated, you take the Eight of Pentacles and you keep yourself busy. There's a, I don't have this deck. I forget what it's called. I forget the name of the deck. But it's by Colette Baron Reed, I believe. And in that deck, it's got a red back to it. And I know some of you will know exactly what deck I'm talking about, but I don't know the name of it. And in that deck is a card called Chop Wood. This is what it's giving me that feeling of. You want this thing, it's not happening right now. Go do something else. Go make yourself busy. Go busy your hands, Don't be idle. What's that? Idle hands, something about the devil or something like that. So, yeah, get busy on something else. Or, that's the thing. I think some of you are having a hesitation or like a reluctance or just like I don't want to do that because you feel this might be where your fixed energy comes in, Aquarius. This thing that you've been plotting on back here in your Three of Wands starting position, you feel like that has to be in place first. Then the other thing and the next goal and the next goal can come. And that's where we're having an issue here, I think. The order of your goals, the order of what you want to see come into fruition in your life. That might be where you're being really rigid about it. And I have to tell you, not really. So let's say goal 1 is to start a business. Like if I start a business, then I can make this kind of money. If I have that, then I can buy a house. Then if I have that, I can do this. And you just like have this thing like chronologically ordered out in your mind. This Eight of Pentacles, not to say that you should necessarily reorder everything, but there is this idea that you can work on those other goals while goal number 1 is basically, baking in the oven or the dough is rising. You know what I mean? Like if you were literally cooking dinner and you were making bread from scratch, you wouldn't start the bread, let the dough rise, wait for the dough to rise, put the dough in the oven, and then begin the rest of the meal. The time between the dough rising and then going into the oven and then baking to completion, you could have done the rest of the meal. You see what I mean? So there's this idea of to focus and build something else while this thing stays in its holding pattern. If you choose to hold on to it and kind of not swap out these players and move away from this energy. If you still want to work with these people, if you still want to engage in their energies or engage in their connections, that's cool. Do something else. If you're swapping players out and you haven't found their replacements yet, focus on something else cool. Either way, focus on something else is basically what I'm getting with that, okay? Aquarius, we did it. That is the end of your reading. Did you like it? If so, there's a like button down below. Go ahead and hit it. You can also leave comments down below. Let me know how this reading resonated with you. I would love to read that stuff. You can also share this video across your social media platforms. That would be amazing. And of course, subscribe if you are not already subscribed, because that is also amazing. All of those things are amazing. Lets me know and lets YouTube know that you like what's going on here. Keeps the videos and other content in circulation so that other people can see it. And so if you want to support my channel and support my work, doing any and all of those things would be amazing, okay? Aquarius, thank you so much for watching up until this point. I'll be back fairly soon doing the mid-April readings, and then in a few weeks after, or probably a week and a half after that, I'll be back with the May readings. So, you know, a lot of stuff to look forward to, okay? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.